Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. Hope you're having a good one. Wow, I didn't think today was going to be an eventful day, but the market popped up. Like, what's that about? I mean, seriously. I mean, Bitcoin's at $57,000 right now. That's a lot. That's a nice little jump. What is it, about 4%? It's a nice little jump. Today's question, today's poll. Let's get to it because I think that one's interesting. I can dismiss that. Are we in a bear trap? Yes, no, other. And Joaquin thinks he's funny. If there's a PB and J sandwich in the trap. It's not how you catch Winnie the Pooh, man. It's always honey. You would think you would know this by now. Come on, man. I expect more. I expect more. So what's good? Japanese energy giant Agile Energy. Well, sorry, Agile Energy X. Apparently, it's a part of TEPCO. It's a TEPCO company, and they're thinking about getting into Bitcoin mining with the excess energy they have. And I'm kind of like, not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. But the real idea is boost the idea of Bitcoin and to, cut waste. And I'm sitting back and I'm going, that's a lot of good stuff. I don't know if you guys remember, but what was it, last year I told you, or a year and a half ago I told you? I knew somebody that was in the waste management business. And they were producing energy from the waste. And they were like, we could take some of that excess energy that's not being used and put that toward Bitcoin mining. And they were like, yeah, and we'll create a coin, we'll have an ICO, we'll make a lot of money. Eddie, can you consult us? And I was like, nope, no, not at all. No, no, sir. No, sir. No. Didn't smell right to me. This didn't smell right to me. I wasn't feeling the idea. I mean, what was the purpose of the coin? You know what I mean? It was like you're trying to do too much. And just by you trying to do too much, I'm gonna stay away from that consulting engagement. So it was actually kind of funny. But that's actually a really good idea. They're the fourth largest, energy company in the world. And I'm kind of like, in the world or in Japan? I think in the world. I think that's what they were saying. But either way, any energy company that wants to do something like that, leverage excess energy and put it towards something that's actually going to make them more revenue. I have to tell you, I mean, name a company right now that is dipping into Bitcoin some way, somehow, exposing himself to Bitcoin some way, somehow, whose stock isn't, just on the rise. So, yeah, I think that's a really good idea. There was a controversy a few years ago. I think it started in 2019. This guy, Steven Nareyoff, was picked up by the FBI, and they wanted him to, allegedly, they wanted him to turn some evidence against other crypto people. And he was like, nah, man, what are you talking about? And they tried to charge him with extortion and all that kind of stuff. And then a judge threw out the charges. But it took until 2023 for them to throw out the charges. And he's thinking about suing his old law firm for basically withholding evidence. So I find that to be interesting because he's an attorney. He used to consult the Ethereum Foundation. He's a well-known individual. And that just interested me. I mean, the number, $100 million, not a small number. So I'm definitely interested in, like, what is it that they're going to be, that he's going to be thinking about. And I want to see if he actually comes to that conclusion. Wow, wait a minute. So we've got one yes, one no, and then Joaquin. I'm going to say it like that. That's right. I said it like that. This message is for Elix Skipper. Sir, I need your email address because you're a big bagger and we're having a meetup this weekend at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for all of the big baggers. It's going to be not a live, it's going to be a real-time video conference hosted by moi. So shoot me your email address. All right. I'm pretty sure you can handle that. Um, or if you are who I think you are, interesting. Um, but yeah, we should take care of that for you. So, drop me a note someplace. You could drop it on you could drop it on IG. You could drop it on growmybag.tv. There are tons of places where you can drop that note for me. But I just need your email address. What else do we have? The SEC. The SEC looks like they're definitely going to appeal, but it looks like what they're going to do is they're going to have a very acutely focused appeal. And what people are thinking is, because they dropped the charges, not dropped the charges, but basically are not disputing the case against Larson and Garlinghouse. They're saying, well, forget about that. People are thinking they're going after the programmatic sales. And so here are the programmatic sales. And I'm sitting back and I'm going, had you done that to begin with, everything would probably be better for you. But now that it's so late in the game, now you want to retry that portion of the case. And then you'd have to say, well, how much sales were involved programmatically or whatever. And, was that actually bad? Like what did they win? That $125 million, what does it represent? Because I think what's going to wind up happening is, I think they're trying to justify just a bigger number to be paid. And I'm like, all right, fine. It's a bigger number to be paid. All right. We'll see. Right? I mean, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Do they have a good chance of actually winning that appeal? I think so. I think so. I think they might be able to be adept enough to make that case. Right? So I'm hoping that it works out like that. Then we have friend.tech. This has got to be the worst news of the day. Friend.tech. They basically just walked away from the project. The creators just walked away, just abandoned the project. Like, I'm just freaking out. I'm glad I didn't buy any. But one, what made you walk away from the project, right? And then, like, what was on your mind, right? So I'm just like, how's that happen? How, I'm still stupefied over that. I want to find out more. Oh boy, my daughters are having fun right now. So that's what you're gonna hear. Sorry. Um, my survival instinct tells me the only thing I know is that I don't know and I have no expectations. That that's a little confusing. I kind of know what you mean. I kind of know what you mean. But man, I don't know. Are you an attorney? Because that took a minute for me to get that. Um, Going back to the bull market piece. I mean, we'll get back to friend.tech, but I'm still dumbfounded. But the bull market trap, the bull trap. So what I was looking at was, hold on, I'll even show you guys what I was looking at, because I called it out this morning. So right there, let me see if I can get the little pencil up. So right here, right? Let me see if I can zoom in for you guys. Let me get rid of it. All right. Do, 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 do. What the heck? Oh, there you go. All right. I was choosing the wrong one. So I can just redraw that so you can actually see what I'm talking about, like a little bit up close. All right. So can I zoom in anymore? There you go. So right about here, you see all that? When I first looked at it this morning, it wasn't telling me anything. And I was kind of like, I don't know. Because the volume hadn't kicked in yet. So the volume was like down here. So I wasn't seeing anything. I was kind of like, I don't know. But then when you look, you're kind of like, oh, the volume is sustaining, right? But then you hit these and you see volume is declining. See what I mean? So I'm kind of like, yeah, we'll see what happens with that, So in case you didn't realize, this is the yellow one is the 20-day moving average, and the orange one is the 200-day moving average. And I'm just looking at the two of them, how they crisscross and what happens and what's going on with the volume sustaining that particular rise. And then the volume just falls off a cliff and of course goes negative. So how negative it'll go, I don't know. Like, will it crisscross again? That's why I was asking the question. Is it a bull trap? So there you go with that. That's why I was asking the question. That's where the question came from. That's really where the question came from, because I'm kind of like, yeah, that could actually be a thing. That could actually be a thing. So I'm kind of like, it's a little too interesting to me. Yeah, man. Then no. All jokes aside, no. But no, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. Because I was guessing at it this morning. I was looking at the numbers and I was kind of like, I'm not seeing volume to sustain this rise. And then, with the pullback going negative just now, I'm kind of looking at it, I'm kind of going, well, did we rise? Did we get a nice rise, a nice pop? And then we're getting some pullback off of profit taking, because that's an option too. But we won't know until we have a little bit more data. So I don't know. I don't think it's a bull trap, but I think it's a rise with profit taking. Perhaps. We'll see. Also, you folks, everybody who's a big bagger, the big bagger thing is happening this weekend at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And all of you big baggers should have gotten an email from me personally. It's got the meeting invitation in there. It's got everything you need to actually show up in time. So be there or be square is what I'll say. What else do we have? So we've got friend.tech. I'm still tripping over friend.tech. Like that's just insane to me. But Bitcoin ETFs hit, a new milestone. 1,000 institutional investors. 1,000 doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a lot. 1,000 institutional investors said, yeah, we're in. Wow. That's all kinds of wow to me. All kinds of wow. So I'm kind of like, yeah. People are thinking, oh, this is, Bitcoin is, is BS. It's fake. It's, fake money. Da 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 da. And I'm just like, 1,000 institutional investors have bought in. We won't talk about all the companies that have bought in, right? So I was watching Michael Saylor on CNBC today, and he was like, we outperformed every single stock that's out there. And MicroStrategy did. They outperformed NVIDIA. They outperformed everybody. And he goes, it's because of Bitcoin. Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. And I'm just like, he's not wrong. And he put out there something else. Bitcoin has risen 44% on average every year for the past X number of years. So it's outperformed the S&P, which is 12%. See where this is going? He's like, he didn't say it, but by throwing out those numbers, it's kind of like, well, if you know, you know. Because he's kind of like, stop asking me stupid questions. And these are the numbers. These are facts that you can go check and verify on your own. Just go check, go verify. And I was just like, oh, he put it out there. So one of his things was like, years and years and years down the road, like 20 years or something like that, Bitcoin would be worth 13 million. And I'm like, and he's like, because here's what's going to happen. He says exactly what I'm saying. Bitcoin's going to hit a level and it's going to level off. So if it's at 44% now it'll hit 35, 30, 25, 20, and like level off. It'll just level off. And based on those numbers, here's the projection, dot, 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 dot. And I was just like, not bad. His math is not necessarily wrong. And he's putting big money behind it. What is it, $8 billion worth of Bitcoin behind him right now? Whew. Whew. Yeah, they have. So it has the largest outflows but by far it has the most inflows. Just saying. Just saying. And again, my big thing is, have you paid attention to the integration of the tech? Like, you still have companies out there like JP Morgan that are like, oh, well, we have our own blockchain. Based on what, bruh? Based on what? You know what I mean? You picked one up, you did your thing, and now it's yours. Yeah, okay. All right there, buddy. All right. But still, you're in blockchain technology. Oh, a blockchain is different than crypto. Is it though? Is it? Really? I don't know, man. You're not going to be able to separate those two. You're not going to separate the two. And why would you want to? Just so you can be right? Just so in your tiny little brain you can be right. Yeah, man. Whatever. I just look at some of these large corporations, and I'm just looking at them just going, just use what's out there. You're not going to do a better job. You're not going to do a better job. Just look at some of these systems that it takes them 50 million years to handle a transaction that should take minutes at best, or at worst, rather. Minutes. It should take seconds. I mean, blockchain takes seconds. Right? Right? I mean, Bitcoin can be slow, so it can take minutes. It can take a little bit of time to do a transaction with Bitcoin. A few other coins, dog slow. But for the most part, I should be able to handle a transaction absolutely within 24 hours, and most of the time within seconds or minutes, or minute. And once it's done, it's done. Not, it has to traverse through all these systems and do all this stuff and blah, 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 blah. No. It's done. You sent money, you got money, transaction is done. Finito. So yeah, I just sit back and I just go, pay attention to that stuff. Don't just look at the news. Don't just look at the news for, headline, type stuff. Look for news like, I don't know, Toncoin integrating Solana. Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. So Toncoin has integrated Solana, and you sit back and you just go, they're picking up meme coins. They're picking up all kinds of transaction efficiencies, supposedly. I told you a couple of weeks ago about that whole, don't know if the transactions are efficient on Solana, something like that, but I haven't done the research. I haven't cared to do the research to find out if that's true. I've heard rumors about it from a lot of people. So I'm just kind of like, I'm not taking it for granted. I'm just saying, I don't have time to research that. And enough people that I respect have brought it up. Good evening, Bianca. So I'm kind of like, it'd be interesting to find out. But the stories never stick. Somebody brings it up again, doesn't stick. The transaction per second, all that stuff, doesn't stick. Same thing with Cardano. They say the same thing about Cardano from time to time. Their math on transactions per second is a little shaky. It's not how everybody else, does it. Blah, 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 blah. So I'm kind of like, that's interesting. Just making sure it's not one of my kids. Oh, that's nice. Another polling company. I just block them all. If you're a polling company, I seriously, I just block you. I block and report you. So there, I do the whole thing, because my phone, all of my phone numbers are on a basically a do not disturb list put out by the United States, which means that all of these polling companies are operating illegally by asking me this because my number's blocked. Not supposed to be able to do that. Not just blocked, but I mean I'm on that do not call list. All of my numbers, all of them. I have several. What else is there? Elon Musk. So everybody's wondering. So Doge shot up like 5%, and I mean, no, Shiba Inu shot up like 5%, and Doge shot up like 10. And I was like, what the heck is that about? And then I looked and I saw that, well, Elon had a gold chain on because, the whole thing with leading a department. It's the Department of Governmental Energy, DOGE. And everybody lost their mind. That will not last. That will not last. When he drops these little Doge things, it used to last for a long time. Now he drops these little Doge things, it'll last for like a day. Give it a day, tops 2, it'll go away. Everybody forget about it. Everybody will forget about it. Oh no, but he's not guilty of, manipulation. Not at all. No, of course not. So I just look at that and I just kind of go, yeah, really? Come on. You got to be freaking kidding me with that. It's a tad bit ridiculous when you stop and really think about it. I honestly just don't agree. Wait a minute. So 7 votes and 43% for yes, 43% for other, and 14% for no. So for all the people except for Joaquin who said other, I'd like to know what your other is. Is it that you don't know? And I should have put that as a choice. I wasn't even thinking about it. Like, I don't know. I'm just going to hold it. Or when it goes up a bit, I'm just going to sell. I don't know. I can't believe I didn't put that as a choice. So I'm thinking most of those others are like Joaquin. Don't know. Don't know. I mean, but there is positive news out there. The integration of Toncoin and Solana, Toncoin, integrating Solana into the ecosystem. That's actually good news. Can't be mad at that. Is there any other really great news? Let's see what was I talking about this morning? FBI was warning against stuff. Ripple CTO says real USD is going to be for institutions first. Shocker. Smart contracts on XRP is going to make it easier for Flare and XRP to be interoperable. Shocker. Dude, Jason, don't mess with me, man. Don't mess with me. I will put you on timeout and stick you in a corner. Damn real. Listen, it's nowhere near its all-time high. So of course, to me, yeah, it's DCA. DCA. Is it something for me to pay attention to with regard to taking some of my dry powder? No. To me, this is not a dry powder moment. It is not a dry powder moment for me. For me, I'm cool with my normal DCA strategy. Right? I'm cool with that. I'm all right with that. I'm interested in Toncoin's at 520 right now. What was it earlier? I could just wonder it was higher than that earlier. And I'd be right. It's at 526. 526. Okay. I wasn't going nuts. I was not going nuts. But yeah, I just want to kick myself in the butt. Nah, I'm not talking about cat as in news. You trying to be funny? You trying to be funny? Joaquin's such a smart ass. My bags have been packed, but every time it dips, I dip into the dry powder. Oh my God. No. Dude, all right. Are you dripping? Are you dripping? Are you dipping into your dry powder because you've already done your DCA? Or is what you're calling your dry powder, is that what really should be your DCA? Or it really is dry powder because you said, no, my bags are packed, I'm not buying anymore. There are people out there like that have been like, okay, I'm not buying anything else. I'm moving on to the next revenue stream. My digital assets, I'm packed. I'm done. I'm good. I've reached my percentage of my overall portfolio. I'm going to move on to the next one, which could be property, another business, just anything, anything, right? So I'm curious to know if that was the story or just saying. It's interesting to me. What else was there? Friend.tech was just blowing up because it really does. I had a problem with Social Fi to begin with because I didn't understand how that could possibly work. Are you saying that every transaction, right? Everything that you converse with or every post is going to be, you know, on there on the blockchain? So I'm just wondering, like, does that work? Does that so yeah, I don't understand how I couldn't, as a technologist, I couldn't put it together. And I was just like, I could probably call them. I could probably just send them an email and ask them, hey, how's that going to work? But I was like, it makes no sense. That doesn't sustain. Like I think you would have to say certain transactions would happen on the blockchain, and then, but really, I mean, what happens if you blew up and you became like Twitter? That's not sustainable. But still, I'm kind of like, really? So I always had a problem with SocialFi and friend. Remember when Friend.tech just had come out? Every single news article was Friend.tech this, Friend.tech that, friend. And now, actually, I want to see something. Where is Friend now? Yep, there's Friend.tech. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Nobody should be shocked. Nobody should be shocked because I wasn't going to buy into it. I told you I have my issues with it just from a technology perspective. But check this out: the market cap never verified on market cap on Coin Market Cap. It's never verified. So you know me. I would never have gotten involved in it. Nothing's verified. You want me to get involved in that? Not a thing. Not a thing. It's rank 2,793, market cap of 1.4 million. Now, I realize that it has dropped. We realize that it has dropped. We get that, right? It's high before it fell off, or the price it was before it fell off was 20 was basically 30 cents. 30 cents. It's 9.5 cents right now. And I'm trying to figure out, how is it even 9.5 cents? They literally said we're walking away. How is it worth anything? Anything. And if you sold it, who's gonna buy it? Who is gonna buy it? I mean, and think about this. It's only been on the market for like what, 2 seconds? It started this year. So remember when I was telling you guys about there was this one Block Dag, and now there's Mpepe, and now they're trying to push this whole Starknet thing. And I look at them and I'm just like, yeah, those are things that I'm probably looking at that are probably just gonna be like, nah, I'm out. Nah, I'm out. That just They're not even pump and dumps. Like that's an abandoned project. Except this was very publicly abandoned. Ouch. Um, Jason answered. Let me see. I basically put most of my savings in about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, um, and I have money waiting on the side to buy. Okay, okay. So you meant what you said. I have my bags are packed. I'm done. The only way that I'm gonna get in is if there's a good dip, and then I'll dip into my powder and go do it. Got it. That makes sense. Still, man. I mean, if you literally have dry powder sitting on the side and you're not really actually buying anymore, come on, man. You mean to tell me that you bought now and you didn't buy when like Toncoin was in the fours. Doge was in the nines. SHIB was at like 12. Everybody took a hit. Everybody is taking a hit. And waited till it dropped back down last month and bought in. Did you buy this time? Oh, yeah. Everybody gets burned when people FOMO. Everybody gets burned when people FOMO. Remember I told you guys before, I was looking to see, like, there was an article about the mental psyche of people when they FOMO. And I told you I was interested in that article for one reason. Actually, I didn't tell you guys. I told the class. I was interested in that article because they really were talking about the mental psyche, right, of somebody that's going FOMO. So I was trying to figure out, all right, so great. So if that's the mental psyche, doesn't mean that they're crazy or anything like that. It's what's driving their thought process. And I was like, so what could be a trigger? So I can identify what could make people FOMO. So I can go, oh, I'm going to get in now. And then get in now. And then when people FOMO, bounce. Just bounce. Just be like, yo, what is up with YouTube? Now it's telling me that one person is watching me right now. One person. Seriously? One person? I'll hang up. I'll hang up right now. I'll go crawl into a fetal position under my desk, and I will cry right now if there's one person. Somehow I don't think it's one person. And look at that. It dropped down to 0, and then it's coming back. I got to be able to trust these numbers. Like, what the heck? Come on, help me out, YouTube. Come on, get your ish straight. Amazingly, 50% of the people out there really do think. Yeah, it's the same one that we talked about that were psychopaths. Yep, it's that same one. I mean, all right. So first of all, we have to stop and think about psychopath doesn't always mean, bang, bang, shoot him. You know what I mean? That's not always what it is. Crypto Sticker, I knew you were there, man. Thank you. I knew you were there. But I just can't trust the numbers that I see. Because I noticed that, during the show, I see the numbers drop. And I'm like, what the heck? And I see them I see the numbers don't go up so high. But then when I go back and I look at the numbers after, I'm like, that doesn't match what I saw. Hey, Mr. Smith. I really need to find Elix. Elix is a big bagger. He's been a big bagger, like, I want to say since day one, since I first put it out there. He's been a big bagger. All the big baggers, you got your invitation to the meetup on Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 4 p.m. Be like our private little, Sunday roundup type stuff. That's going to be cool. Then you guys get to hammer me for real. Yeesh. That'll be scary. 9 votes, 44, 11, 44. That's interesting. That's interesting. My daughter's cracking me up right now. She's playing with her dog and she's cracking me up. But yeah, that's the news for today. I mean, literally, I am just looking at, what's going on in terms of who's up and who's down. Actually, I should actually look at that. Here, you want to come with me? I'll let you come with me. That's fair. Boop. So, let's look at the losers. Come on, let's go. Chop, chop. Helium is a loser at 5%, which means it's not moving. I have my 5% rule. I don't care about that stuff. So that means you got the 5%, and you hit the ones, and then you hit 0 right there. So the bottom 250 coins. This is the bottom 25 coins of the top 250 coins, and they're at 0. So that means on the winning side, because if I was playing futures, I might take a look at some of these coins and just be like, oh, you're gonna drop. It's like ApeCoin jumping up 15%. In my head, I'm like, oh, you're gonna drop. I play the futures on that and just be like, yeah, I'm gonna wait for you to drop and I'll make some money. I ain't got time for that though. Dogs is up 11%. That's nice. 33%, still 33% off its all-time high. So it's got a 0.5x, GMB X factor. It's not bad. But yeah, I'd be looking at some of these and just going, see, right about Where is it? Oh, the whole list. But see what I mean? It's at 6 right there, which means what? Which means most of the coins out there are just skipping along happily sideways, just moving laterally. La 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 la. So which I have to tell you guys, which makes me really think that it is, a bear trap. It really does. It really does make me think that it's gonna go up, and it's gonna come back down. There's nothing sustaining. There's nothing sustaining right now. Let me see if I bring this back over here. Yeah, you see, it's still negative. It's still coming down. So I'm thinking we're headed back down, and it'll crisscross again, which is not bad, because if you could have made some money right here, not mad at you. Make that money. This right here is when you saw, okay, this is the upswing. Let me see if I can get that better. This one. Right? So here's the upswing. You can't be mad at that. The volume is supporting this upswing. What is the volume doing now? Volume fell off a roof right there, and what's going on? There you go. Falling off a roof right there. So so the daily will cross the 20, and then we have to see if it's going to cross the 200. We'll see what happens. Because it can act it, because right now that would put the 200 at a support number, right? Because already you can see it. I wonder if I can zoom in. Can I zoom in? It's right there. See? It's already crossing. But it's green right there though. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, you're kind of like, nah. We'll see. But I think it's a little bit of a bear trap. I really do think it doesn't have to be a bear trap. It could just be, well, we went up, and it's been such a long time since we've gone up that we're now going to take some profit. I'm not mad about that either. I'm really not. If you have your trading hat on, because I have separate wallets. If you have your trading hat on, I'm not mad at you if you're thinking that's what I'm going to do. Let me get rid of these. There you go. And I can come back to my normal. There you go. Boop. Let's get rid of that one. So yeah, you start to realize, because that's really where it is right there. And you can start to see, well, yeah, it's coming. It's shooting down right there. And you can kind of see it. It's just that I had stretched it out so you can get a better view. But you can start to see how it's going to come back down. Because it kind of looks like this, right? Except it's higher up. I get it. But it kind of looks like that, where it came up and it said, okay, I'm done. It kind of, same thing here. Came up, came down a little bit, tried to stay above, came down. If you're trading, this is what you're looking for. You're looking to spot opportunities like this. So if you're paying attention to the volume, you could have caught this early. Like as soon as you saw it starting to crisscross, you could have said, oh, that could be an opportunity for a rally. It looks like we're going to bust through the resistance for a little bit. You could have bought right there when it busted through, unless you were lucky enough to catch it over here, right? And then you get right there and you sell. It's a normal trading day. Normal trading day right there. Not going to be mad about it. Let me see. Oh, I definitely bought when SHIB was in the, yeah. Yep, when it was in the 9s. Heck yeah. My brother made the mistake of selling his Doge. He'd have been a millionaire by now. You know what? But you can't look backwards. You can't look backwards. It is what it is. Jason, have a great night, man. But you know what? It is a little bit long. I've got a few more things to do. I've got a lot of prep before Sunday. But anyway, everybody, thank you so much for your time. I greatly appreciate it. If you like what I'm doing, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and if you can, become a member. And if you really can, become a big bagger, because we've got our first meetup. Our first virtual meetup is happening Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right? I'm sending out the invitations. It's there, but you have to be a big bagger. Either you're a big bagger on YouTube or you're a big bagger on growmybag.tv. Either way, if you're a big bagger, you get the invitation. Ask Joaquin. He got one. He got one. Ty got one. Just saying. Everybody that's a big bagger, everybody that I can verify who's a big bagger, they got it. Except for maybe Elix, because I don't have his email address. At least I don't think I have his email address. So Elix, let me know. Everybody, have a great night, and thank you so much, everyone. Bye-bye.